Stop waiting on brand deals. When you're just waiting on brand deals to come through, you're waiting for referrals effectively to be your primary revenue stream for your business, which isn't fully in your control. It's more so in the market's control. If brands are not setting aside big budgets to invest in influencers like yourselves, and then you don't get that money. So let's avoid this whole situation and start putting the power back in your hands with your own business. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. My name is Clara. I've built and launched over 100 businesses, and I'm here to show you a better way to start taking the power back into your own hands. So let's get into how you can transform that audience that you already have into a business that you own. The first thing that you're going to have to craft is some kind of offering. So let's do a thought exercise. Take out a piece of paper, and at the top of this piece of paper, write down your most successful niches. I know a lot of content creators have multiple niches, but pick the one that is performing highest for you right now. And maybe the one that you're getting the most brand deals around as well. And write that down. Then underneath of that, I want you to write down your unique strengths, the things that you bring to all of this that maybe other people do not. Are you really good at being a good teacher? Are you really good at filming your content? Are you really great at ASMR techniques? Anything that you have a really big strength at that your audience would also agree is a huge strength, write that down as your second point. Now, in your third point, I want you to start finding creative ways to combine those two to come up with a product offering. So for example, if you're very good at creating motivational content for people, and you most likely get contacted by activewear brands, and then your product idea that you should probably launch with is an activewear company with motivational phrases on it, or maybe yoga mats with motivational phrases at the top of the yoga mat so somebody can look down as they're exercising and be motivated to keep going on. As another example, if you've been making wonderful thirst trappy content, and your primary sponsors are lingerie brands or maybe emerging handmade brands, and then maybe consider launching a course about how to look sexy in photos and how to foster body positivity and body confidence. Maybe you can launch a course around how to pose. My cat keeps meowing as I'm filming. I'm just going to continue the video like this for a second. So you can start to see where I'm going with this. Now let's break down different business models that are pretty easy to launch as an influencer. Number one is a drop shipping model. With this, there are companies like Printify, for example, that allow you to create clothing on demand. So basically what drop shipping is, if you've lived under a rock, I hate to say, because this has become such a popular business model because it's so easy to start. But you don't want to be held, but you don't not want to be held. You want lap time? Okay. My cat has left us. So drop shipping is something that I feel that I don't really have to explain that much because it's become so popular nowadays. And if you have a TikTok, you have seen people talking about drop shipping. Now there are companies like Printify, for example, that will allow you to do drop shipped clothing. And that is what I always recommend as a test. So that then once you start getting some sales from this product, you can then reach out to distributors and manufacturers in Italy and then create your own brand that speaks to your soul and is the offer of quality that you would like to offer your audience. And you can be honest about this with your audience when you launch this product offering. You can say, hey, this is a test. And if you guys like it, and then I will come back and I will do it harder, better, faster, stronger, all the things. But I'm not here to preach to you about how to build trust and integrity with your audience. I feel like you're actually the expert on that. So I'll take a seat. So another business model that's very accessible, I've already mentioned, is digital courses. Now, there is a lot of different launch technologies you can use for this. I recommend as an MVP software, aka a tester software, to test if this idea is actually going to make you money. I recommend any link in bio software such as a Stand Store, Beacons AI, anything like that where you can craft a course and then sell it right there. Stan Store is maybe $35 a month last time I checked, and you can create a full course and sell it directly on their app and handle any email notifications, anything like that right there in the app as well. Another thing that's very easy to sell to your audience as well is digital downloads. Maybe like a style guide that comes along with an instructional video or some kind of workbook to help somebody work through a very complex problem. These things are easy to sell and you can charge whatever you want, and I do encourage you to charge for them. Anything that will take you longer than maybe an hour to make, you should be charging for. And people are paying for digital downloads all the time. It's wonderful. I see TikTok creators constantly creating these little digital downloads and then selling them and making $50,000+ just in like 2 weeks. It has been wild to watch, and I'm very, very excited and privileged to be able to watch this rise of entrepreneurship happen. One way that you can create your own digital downloads is with the Canva app. Canva is really awesome and it has a lot of stock photos, fonts, color palettes, all types of cool stuff. You can actually even build your own logos in there. There's so many things that you can do with it, but they have lots and lots of templates for workbooks that act as a beautiful starting ground for you whenever you're creating workbooks. This really speeds up your process, and they've also introduced AI recently as well. So if that's something you've been messing around with and is a qualifier for you, and then enjoy it. Now, all the things that I just described, ideally, they lead up to some kind of end concept. If you want to do courses, for example, your end concept should be to have your own website with many courses that people could take, course bundles, course tracks, maybe masterminds, and then you could always upsell offerings from there. But before you can get to this big thing, launch the small thing first to test the market. And that's why I recommend Stan Store and even digital downloads and stuff. And as you have these smaller offerings that are in alignment with this big idea of what you want to start, and then you can test the market and see what people are willing to pay you for. Now, if you have been doing brand deals, you have a really good idea of what you can sell to people and what that conversion rate is if the brands have been telling you. And if they haven't been telling you, this is going to be a wonderful opportunity for you because you're going to actually see the numbers. You're going to see on Google Analytics or even in the analytics of any of these link in bio softwares, you're going to see the conversion rate. You're going to see how many people are paying you, how many people are interacting with your content, all the same kind of analytics that you have on your social media platform of your choice. You're also going to see those analytics on whatever link in bio software or store you're using as well. And once you start making those sales, that is going to better inform you into what you should be taking more time to build out fully into a more full offering. So here we've covered a few simple ways to start a business utilizing an audience that you already have. I want you to get creative with the information that I told you today and start exploring and start thinking of how you can start something for yourself within the next 7 days. Now, I have a course on my website about how to launch your first MVP, aka how to launch your first test offering, like we talked about, if you want a bit more hand-holding on that. And it'll help you with everything from identifying your target customer and outlining buyer personas to actually building that MVP and what to keep in mind while building and launching it. So if there's anything you've learned in this video or anything that has inspired you to action here, please leave it in a comment below because your feedback on my videos helps me get better at what I'm doing and gives me the opportunity to connect with you guys and join you on your journey too. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.